Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to touch on the subject of guild expeditions and most specifically on how to negotiate effectively and fast without wasting a lot of resources and or time. Now, before we start, there are in total 4 levels of the guild expedition, although the fourth level is a bonus level. Typically, the levels 1 to 3 are considered standard levels. Now, every level has a total of 16 stages. Every fourth stage is a larger item or a larger stage you have to finish. And once you finish all the 16 stages of a level, then you can move to the second level or the next level if it is unlocked. Now, what I typically do, I save about 40 to 50 resources from my current age and the previous age before I start doing this. And then as I go, I make sure I have enough materials. Um, okay, so in first stage, in level 1, you will only need to use resources from your previous age. In level 2, you'll start using resources from your previous and your current age. And in the third stage, and then of course later in the fourth stage, is predominantly you will predominantly use resources from the current age you are in. Um, Now, also one of your best friends here is in the Friends Tavern, the boost that allows you to have an additional turn in the guild expeditions. Now, I never would suggest the 30 minutes or the hour because you will long run out of attempts before the 15 minutes are up, even if you use, even if you're very, very slow. Now, what I normally manage to do is I manage to do around 16 to 20 stages until the 15 minutes run out. But then again, I'm largely efficient at doing this. Sometimes, very rarely, and if I have a lot of bad luck, I will have to use some diamonds for extra turns. But in theory, these 4 turns will allow me to do every single stage in every single level up to level 10, including level 3, and most of the level 4 also without using any diamonds. Okay, so how would this work? You can actually pre-check the negotiation necessities for every stage by just clicking on negotiate and then select resource. Here you can see what they will need to be, are the resources that need to be traded. And you can do this without losing any attempts. As long as you don't select resources and click select resources above, as long as you don't do that, you can check for the current stage what do you need to have in order to complete this through a negotiation. Now, I would also suggest because the bonuses, this 1 turn bonus you get from the Friends Tavern, is pretty expensive. It's 1,500 tavern coins. Um, because it's so expensive, I suggest you only activate it when you need it. And when you do, you should use all your available turns or attempts. Um, and then even buy some with medals. You can buy additional ones when these are depleted by using medals. Of course, by getting, you will also have the opportunity or the chance, luck, to get some attempts back during the expedition. But I will not touch on that in this video. Okay, so let's look at how it works. So we go negotiate. Now, what you would normally here do is you would randomly assign for at least the first time when you have no clue what do each one of these chieftains need, you will assign randomly either gold or supplies in this case. But it's important to know that if you have an excess of one resource, you should predominantly use that resource in the beginning so you don't waste the more important one that is scarcer for you and not getting so much out of it. Okay, so in my case, I have 1.3 million from both of them. It's all the same. So let me just select randomly, and it's not randomly, it's either or, and okay, let's go with this. All right, so let's see what happens. Correct means is fully done. This, now I have 4 slots available that still need to have the correct items put into them. In this case, it's pretty simple. There is only 2 options. So if here was gold, I'm gonna go with supplies. Here was supplies, gonna go with gold, and so on for all the fields. Now, once I click pay and negotiate, this should be completely done now. This was very easy, and I still had 1 turn left if I needed to. Fantastic. Now, let's get our reward and let's move on. Now, the further you go, you will start seeing other resources. In this case, nothing. So I'm also going to select the defaults. And let's see how that works. Okay, 2 are correct. So selecting again the opposite instead of whatever it was before. Obviously, it says wrong person. That means gold is still necessary somewhere, but not for this person. And let's do this for the rest of them. Now we should successfully unlock this stage. Okay, fantastic. Now we should start seeing resources. There you go. This is a resource. So resources are typically far more important than gold and supplies, but they still have to be used at some point. I produce ropes, so that's not a big problem for me if I lose more ropes. But let's just go with one to see if any of the chieftains, not necessarily this one, will need ropes. For the rest, let's use the more common resources available to us, which are gold, in this case, gold and supplies. Let's see. Okay, wrong person. That means rope is necessary somewhere in here for the at least it's here for this person or this person or this last person. We don't know exactly where it belongs to, but let's go with I don't know, gold, and let's go here with supplies and with gold, and let's go with rope. Who knows? Maybe it's gonna work. Okay, it shows that it didn't work. However, this got finished. Now, because the rope cannot go here, and it can't go here because obviously this one was the last one we tried, rope can only go here. And this has to be the right choice for rope. Now, here, we already tried rope and gold, and the only resource available to us that is not rope or gold is supplies. So supplies go there. And here, the only resource that we haven't tried yet is gold. So it has to be gold. Okay, fantastic. Let's move on. Now, the big ones, every 4th stage, like I said, is a bigger round. Now, these big runs typically require more resources. In this case, well, still not that many resources. I'm going to try one of each. This is very good to try one of each in the beginning, because then you will see if you will need these resources in the future during the negotiations or not. So let's see exactly what happens here. Incorrect, that means there's no need, and you cannot even select glass for further negotiations. Glass it became unavailable. Now, rope was selected as okay, and it was finished. But we don't know if any other chieftain will require rope. So we should also try rope in our system for the second turn. So let me go with rope there. I'm going to go with the basic resources here because it's easy. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that was correct. That was correct. Now, rope is incorrect. That means neither rope or glass is needed. Now, we only have 1 turn left. Now, normally here I would either have the additional turn with the bonus turn on, or now it's let's go on a whim and let's say it supplies. Typically for these larger stages, the more expensive or the more rare the items, they seem to be favored. So let's see if I am right in saying that supplies are more important than gold. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? And if I am wrong, yes, I would have had to pay 10 diamonds to get this turn done, but I didn't have to. Okay. And I got a blueprint for Temple of Relics, which is very nice. Now, let's move on. This is salt. Okay, no problem. Again, I'm just testing to see if the resource is available anywhere or is needed anywhere. Obviously, it is needed in this case. Okay, so let's test it here. Does that work? And here let's test a random, let's say supplies. Here we will test supplies and here we'll test gold. Okay. Why I did this is just a random position because every cell or every chieftain can either have one of the three. Now, if I tried the two both elementary ones, the third one, even if these are not correct, the third one will have to be salt. So let's see. Okay, fine. So now salt obviously was not the case. This chieftain did not need salt. Now these two chieftains did not accept either gold or supplies, so that means both of them will require salt. Here it's easier. The only resource available to us for this chieftain is gold, and for this chieftain would be supplies. And once I click campaign on negotiate, we should have successfully finished this stage as well. Moving forward, you need to start becoming careful. Maybe we need to turn that bonus additional turn on from the Friends Tavern. Let's see. Still not necessary. Only 3 items here. So not a big problem. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Everything is wrong. All right. Not a problem. We can fix this. Okay, so let's go systematically. Instead of the first one, I just take the second slot for the chieftains. And here I just put the opposites of the basic resources, gold or supplies. And here I chose supplies. Why not? For me, it's all the same. Like I said, if you have more gold than supplies, then you should try gold first. So you don't get rid of your scarcer resources. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so obviously in this next round, we are no longer needing supplies. And here we got a wrong person for gold. That means this person will definitely get gold, and this person can only get salt. Is the only resource we have not tried to give to this chieftain. Let's see if it works. It should work, and it does. Fantastic. Okay, let's get another bonus, and let's see where we go next. Well, here we already have 4. I'm starting to think maybe I should turn my bonus on. But I noticed something else. I noticed I don't have many attempts left. So what I will try to do here is, let me think about it. Best thing to do right now is to wait until my attempts are regenerated, which will happen in about 6 hours. And then with my attempts full, I will turn this bonus that I have from the Friends Tavern on, this 15-minute one. And then what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to go faster, much faster through all of them. When my attempts are depleted, but I'm still within the 15-minute period of the bonus, I'm going to buy some attempts, which in the beginning are pretty cheap. For example, one attempt is 6 medals, but in the future it will become more expensive. Okay, so I hope this very basic tutorial of how to negotiate properly and efficiently helps you. And if you need any more information or you have questions, please put them in the comments below. This was Arthur Lionheart. I hope you enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more. Thank you and goodbye.